GPUs are made for mining. NVIDIA says not to. One of these days, GPUs will make more money than you. Hey, what's going on, guys? Hopefully you guys heard that. Well, that tune little popped in my head last night while I was laying in bed, so thought I'd share it with you guys. Now let me just get some music going. Hopefully the volumes are okay. I recently reinstalled Windows, so I don't know if everything's coming through all right. So please let me know what's going on. Okay, let's do a quick roll call here once I do know that the stream is working. Is the stream working? I'm not seeing feedback. Is my delay like 5 minutes? That would be horrible. Looks good. All right, sounds good. You guys hear my little song? Is it any good? Was it horrible? What? Let me know. Oh, I'm gonna scroll up here and do a quick roll call. We got Chris Schlierman. Oh, I always mess that one up. The AFX, Mom's Freak. Going down. Dark Boy, D-Mag, Golden Wolf, Not Yo Biz, Fudweiser, Fundamental. We got the EVGA, FTW, and we got Skirm. We got MC. Did I say that? No, I don't think so. Not yet. Skirm again, Not Your Biz. Oh, going through talking. Tenacious D, welcome. And I think, is that everybody? If I missed anyone, I'm sorry. You can just yell at me in chat if I missed you. I'm scrolling down still to see if anyone that I cannot recall here. Jeff Meal, welcome. Thank you for showing up. Ken McMahon, what's going on? Good, sounds good. Woo-ha. All right, everything's sounding good and live. So I wasn't initially going to even stream this morning because we are streaming in, I don't know, I guess 2 hours from now. The Aeon Crypto Mining Poker Tournament is going to be going live. So if you guys aren't signed up yet, be sure to do so. We will be live streaming that. And during our stream, you know, we'll be talking about CPU mining. We'll be talking about GPU mining. We could talk about RTM. We're also going to be playing cards, obviously. So we're going to be mindset on that because we're going to win this tournament on live stream. Me and you guys together. So yeah, I will have my cards covered up so you can't cheat off me. But if one of you guys do end up taking me out, that's 500 Aeon going into your wallet, courtesy of the Aeon Pool.tech mining pool. So yeah, they are who is throwing on this crypto tournament every 3 months. About they do it. So fun stuff happening today. Be sure to tune in to my live stream for that. I think a lot of people will be live streaming, but ours will be the most fun because, you know, we're hyped, we're ready to roll, we're full of energy, and we're gonna win together. If you guys win, then you know we all win together. You're part of the community, so let's do it together, guys. All right, so how's everybody doing? I see a lot of you guys were talking in the chat there about the malware going across the RTM wallets, sweeping away, which is on their Discord. I'm gonna bring that up right quick here. We'll take a peek at this. If I can find it. No, I do not want to switch. I gotta adjust my screen to full screen. There we go. So on the Raptorium Discord page here, it does say at everybody. There's malware going around again, robbing unencrypted wallets. Now, number one, make 100% sure your wallet is encrypted and wallet.dat or seed phrase is backed up along with your encryption password. Now, I have yet to encrypt my wallet, so I should probably do that soon. I was also talking to my mod, and he said if you do have this malware already, it could be keylogger as well. And if you encrypt it now when you're already infected, it'll just keylog your keys. So you're toast anyway. So even if you encrypt it, you will have stuff taken. There were a few people that have had their encrypted wallets missing funds already. So again, that thing is a keylogger as well, I'm assuming. And if you encrypt it while you have that malware, it will take down your keynotes and figure out your password and decrypt it and steal your funds anyway. So make sure, I don't know if you're worried. I just did a fresh Windows install 2 or 3 days ago. That's why I was wondering if my stream and stuff would work. I usually reinstall Windows on my drive once a month just to keep my PC nice and healthy and working fast. I know a lot of people say that's too much, but have you guys ever ran your computer for 3-4 months down the road and then, you know, you don't really notice it, those small little things, but once you do a fresh install, your computer's like brand new, twice as fast. You're like, wow, I didn't even realize it, but that does happen. So just keep that in mind. So I do reinstall Windows once a month just as general maintenance on my PC. But now, how to make the PC workable again, Linux format, overwrite all blank. Linux is recommended OS to store your wallets on. So I may be potentially here in the future trying to find a cheap little server PSU, throw on, Linux, and then keep all my crypto wallets on that away from everything else. That way it is separated, less chance of anything possibly happen to it. Windows format, then overwrite all blank disk spaces using Bleach a bit or similar, and 3, install the OS you plan on using once again. Now, can you use the same wallet again? If your wallet is infected, you're pretty much throw that thing out. Start a new wallet. Do everything from scratch. You do not. You need to start over with a fresh wallet. So you got infected. Funds are stealing. Transfer your funds, whatever you have left, out of there to a new wallet. Zelcore temporarily. Something really fast. Get it out of there. Delete your wallet, everything, and then reinstall a fresh wallet and fresh address and move your crypto back to it. So do not use the same wallet if you have been infected by anything of the sorts. So I just thought I'd bring that to people's attention. I still don't know 100% what exactly is going on here, but yes, there is some malware going around based on, I don't know, Sheet Coin or something. Sheet. It's the wallet that a lot of cryptocurrencies actually use. It's the base BTC wallet that is really easy to make a wallet on, and it's just a base one a lot of people use. Like, so that's like the core wallets. Name like Ravencoin Lite is using the same Sheet type of wallet, I believe, if I'm getting my information right. I may be wrong. Ravencoin Lite, all those are being affected by this, so keep in mind of that and encrypt everything if you haven't yet. If you do and you may be whatever it's called infected, it will take your keystrokes, so you may just need a new wallet altogether. If you're not sure what the heck is going on, I would recommend just, reinstalling a brand new core wallet onto a different drive, transfer all your funds over there and start fresh, because that's just the safest way to do it. Anyway, so what's going on? How's everyone doing? Have you heard about an Anchor protocol? Protocol is supposed to be protocol. No, I have not heard about this Anchor thing, so I'm not sure. Other people are wondering if I'm mining Ravencoin Lite. A bunch of people are throwing videos on it. Myself, I haven't mined any Ravencoin Lite yet. I don't even know when it started, but as far as I know, it's pretty new. And technically, when crypto's doing really good, a lot of people that know about 2017 and whatnot, a lot of altcoins just start forking. And, everyone's pulling out coins, trying to fork something, do whatever. But 80% of those coins do end up dying within a year or two. So keep that in mind. Now, Ravencoin Lite is a fork of a fork. So it's like the grandson of Ravencoin, because it went to Ravencoin Classic. And then Ravencoin Classic, someone forked Ravencoin Classic to Ravencoin Lite. So it's a fork of a fork, which happens like in 2017, which is happening now, and crypto's doing good. So will it do good? We have no idea. Right now, Ravencoin Lite would be 100% spec mining and hoping it will, do something good in the future. So I'm currently not mining it. I haven't really looked into it too much, but as soon as I seen it's a fork of a fork, I was just like, I'm not really too interested in this project at the moment. Yes, there's hardly any hash rate on it. It is going up. You're getting massive amount of coins right now, but is it worth it? What happens in a year from now if the coin dies, if it gets written off, or, something just happens and it's gone completely, not listed anymore, anywhere, just total rug pull. That is a high potential possibility when it comes to coins like that. So keep that in mind. I'm not saying that's going to happen there. Don't go around saying, yo, Rabid said, this is a scam or something. I'm not saying that whatsoever. I'm just saying be careful when these things do come around. Forks of forks is just crazy, and, they're just anybody trying to do anything. Yes, I mined a little over 24,000 coins. That was lost. Oh, no, crazy. That sucked. So Anchor Protocol is a way to stake your UST and get around 20% APY on it. That's interesting. UST, or is it like USDT, like your stable coin? You mean the USDT? Because I do see like crypto.com and other apps, the USDT staking is a lot higher than the other coins. But keep in mind, USDT, because they are stable coins, they don't go up or go down in volume. So they pretty much stay depending on what the coin value is. So USDT is based on the USD dollar. So it'll always stay around with the USD dollar. And you just pretty much it's like a super high interest bank account if you're using USD. So that's pretty much how that works. And the staking is higher. But you will not see like times 1,000 gains if you were, say, staking a different coin like SHIB or something. I'm not saying SHIB's going to do anything crazy. There's a lot of talk about it lately. I'm just using that as an example. But coins like that can go up and down dramatically fast. So keep that in mind. When you are staking like USDT or a stable coin, the value is going to stay the same, but you are getting increased rewards based on that. So it's a lot more safer of a stake than, staking Ethereum and other type of coins that potentially can go up to the moon or potentially crash down to nothing. Not USD, it's UST. Okay, well, I don't know. I'm not sure what UST is, but I'll look into it some other time, though. So interesting. I will see what that is. What's UST even stand for? I'm looking to maybe purchase an Antminer L3 Plus as my very first miner, but I'm worried about how much longevity it will have left as an older miner. Thoughts on this? Well, the Antminer L3 Plus is a very popular ASIC miner. That's why I think the L7 is going to be very popular as well. But we don't know how it's going to do. We don't know how many L7s are actually made. We don't know how many are going to be bought and sold. All the pre-orders, everything is sold out on those, but how many were actually made for those pre-orders? As we know, everything going on in China. Bitmain can only sell overseas now, can no longer sell to anyone in China. A whole bunch of factors are coming into play, plus this huge shortage going on. So depending on how many units are out there, the Antminer L3 Plus is still very viable, 100%. But if there's a whack ton of those L7s come out, that difficulty across the script algorithms obviously will shoot to the moon, and the Altminer, which could be making $5 to $8. I haven't checked on it for a few days. I do have to do that because we know I am currently getting paid out an ADA on that thing, so I have to check those out to see how it's actually doing. But yeah, instead of like, what was it, a couple weeks ago before the little crypto crash happened, we were doing about $8 to $9 per day on that L3 Plus. Then it dropped down to about $5. So I haven't checked on it since the prices have been coming up. But we could like say, let's pretend we're doing about $8 right now. So that could drop to $4 to $5, depending how many L7s do come out in a healthy market. So again, if we crash, we might only be making a couple dollars per day on that L3 Plus. But it all depends on the difficulty and how many L7s actually get released into the wild there. So now we're all forked. Yeah, everyone's all forked. There's forks going on everywhere. I was thinking of a nice little joke coin for myself, just for like my Discord community, of having our own little Rabid Mining coin, you know, just for us to play around with. Nothing to go crazy or nothing, but I thought that'd be a nice fun little thing for us in the community. But I don't know if I'm going to do that, because obviously that's going to be a fork of something. Everything's a fork. Rabid Mining, have you installed a Pico PSU yet to run 2 CPU miners on more than one ATX or server PSU? No, I have not. I'm still waiting for all the parts to come in. I did see some other videos on there. Chump Change did do one. The Pico he used, I believe, was 150 watts. So depending on your CPU, like I'm doing tests on this 3950X, and I've done tests on 3900X. And I've seen those CPUs, when you tweak them out with Ryzen Clock Tuner as well as DRAM calculator, they pull over 230, 250 watt range. It's insane, and you would melt one of those Picos. I am trying to get some 300 watt Picos in. I ordered about 10 of them overseas, so they are coming in here soon. I got the details from my mod. He actually runs them off server PSUs through those exact same Picos, so I'm waiting for them to come in. I got to try and get a hold of a certain breakout board and some other things, but then I will be trying to run 6 of my rigs off a 1200 watt server PSU, which will free up a lot of cables. It'll free up a lot of ATX PSUs and a whole bunch of other stuff that I do have going on there. So in the future, I will be making a video on that and trying to get that going for you guys. But for now, it's still in the works. I've ordered this stuff 2 or 3 weeks ago, so it's going to take like a month to get here. So hopefully in another week or two, I will slowly start getting these parts in together to start assembling all that to you guys. Any plans to run an EU pool on our 011 data pool? So our Raptorium mining pool, I do not think there is any works to expand it. Remember, our mining pool is doing great right now. It's actually, I did a test the other day, which I'll look at in a minute, but it's becoming on par or more profitable than our plant. No lies. I'm not even lying. I have the numbers. I wrote them down. I tested our plant 2 days ago for 24 hours, and it resulted in less coins than our pool did for since I've been mining on it every day. So I thought that was a cool test. So anyway, back to our forking, or getting more servers out there. My mod does do that in his free time. He rents the server and everything else based on, I don't know how he does it, but he pays for the server. It's all his. It's rentals. He's moving providers, but he's going to have to then rent more servers and everything. So depending how it does would depend on if it branches out. But I'm sure right now, I don't think there are any plans to branch out to Europe and other parts of the US and North and everything else. Right now, we do just have the single server located. It says on the website here, let me just run up to it right quick and see exactly where it is. He did update the main page here recently. Let me check over to big full screen mode here. Boom, there we go. So it is located in Ohio, USA. Can you see that? So this pool is located in Ohio, USA. We currently have 470 miners at 726 kilohash. And yeah, when you can tell which pools have Ryzens and which ones don't, because when it hits that higher powered algorithm, which really boosts them CPUs up, we hit up to like 1.6, 1.7 mega hash on this pool. So it just goes insane. You can tell we have a lot of Ryzen CPUs on here over Intel's like the other ones, because we get a massive boost from those 3900, 3950X, Threadrippers, whatever. Those AMD Ryzen CPUs are machines, monsters. But yeah, going forward, I do not think we are going to be expanding our pool to other regions. So I'm sorry for that, but it's like he's not making a bunch of money off this or anything. He's doing it for our community. And I didn't expect it to actually get as big as it's getting, but a lot of people are loving our pool. Yes, you guys are getting some stratum disconnects, and I calculated all that, and it's still more profitable than our pool. So pretty crazy even with that. And what those disconnects actually are doing, he's looking into a fix to fix that right now. But it's your CPU, if it doesn't send a share to the pool within like 50 seconds or something, and then the pool, disconnects you and then it reconnects you. You're only down for like 30 seconds. So it doesn't really do too much, but it's just saying you didn't send a share fast enough. So we're disconnecting you, and then it'll auto reconnect and you'll start sending shares again. So that's what's going on there. Kind of an issue. A lot of people with rejected. I get the rejected share thing on any pool I have tried. And that's more of a network thing for the algorithms, because it's switching so many algorithms all the time. When it swaps to something, it starts at a low difficulty. And if you have a honker of a massive CPU or something, and it's too low of a difficulty, you're just hammering in shares so fast that it's just calling them rejected. So it's not really working. And then it auto adjusts the difficulty up a little bit, and then you start getting your correct share. So that's what's going on there. That's happens pretty much on every pool when the rejected share thing. I went to our plant a couple weeks ago when I was on there. I was getting like 400 rejected shares in like under 5 minutes. So it was insane when it does do that algo switch. So that does happen everywhere. It's happening a little more often on our pool because it's not 100% tweaked, but I have been noticing it's still not causing me any issues profitability wise because, ended up mining more coins than those other pools. I got 3 times RTX A4000. So what's your advice? I never tried the old A4000s. On my CPU mining experience is pretty much with the 3900 and 3950Xs. I still have to test the little ones there. She has a 3700X, I believe I put in that. So that's a 16 thread, 8 core. I should test that out sometime, but I haven't got around to that yet. But those are the only CPUs I really do. And Intel's, well, we know it's just not that great. Now I am waiting for, there's supposed to be a new, I'm going to go to the old Raptorium website here. I'm going to swap this bigger. There is a new miner coming out, 1.2 version of the GR version of the miner here. Do I have to adjust this? Where is big screen? There we go. Sorry, full screen. Sorry, guys. Raptorium here. Let's go to raptorium.com. See if the new miner did release. Yeah, I don't think so, but 1.2, so it's still 1.1.9 is out. 1.2 is supposed to be released, and there's a bunch of fixes like Ryzen 3900s and 3950Xs. They're supposed to get only like a 2 to 5% boost, but Intel's are supposed to get a decent sized boost. The Threadrippers are only running at half the cores, so that's supposed to make them run at full 32 cores as well. So there's a lot of improvements coming on. It was supposed to be dropped yesterday, and then it was supposed to be dropped last night time, but it's still not released, so it's a little late, but hopefully sometime today and sometime tomorrow this will be dropped and released. And I recommend everyone, if you are mining Raptorium, to retune all your CPUs. If you get the new miner, retune everything. And HiveOS is probably going to be a couple days behind. We're still waiting for the latest T-Rex miner to be released on HiveOS, and it still isn't. You can manually install T-Rex onto HiveOS if you want to do it that way, but I'm just waiting for them just to release the new build and release it completely on its own. So when that happens, we'll be doing some testing on that. So far, I don't really recommend dual mining. You do see better performance, the higher tier of the card, like a 3080 Ti. You'll see probably the best performance coming out of that card over smaller years go down. My 3060 I didn't really notice too much to make it worthwhile on that point. So yeah, good stuff there. Oh yeah, baby, finally my Intels will give some more. They should give some more depending on the Intel. I don't know how well it is actually going to do. That's just a report right now coming from the miners dev. Is some Intels are supposed to get a nice boost. AMDs and stuff will see a little bit of boost, not much because they're already, CPU mining monsters, they're masters. So, but Threadrippers are going to get a nice boost as well. But yeah, good stuff there. I'm going to stay and get about 200 mega hash on, well, not too bad, but I wish I had one closer. Yeah, I know. Well, I'm up in Canada, as most of you guys know, and my millihash is millisecond millihash. My latency usually on my shares anywhere from 130. I've seen a few at 400, 450, but the average for me is about 160, 180, and so that's not too bad. And again, our pool, my average there was probably around 50 or 60. So, and again, I'm reverting back to our pool. It is becoming more profitable. And if you're unaware, and like, I'm gonna make a video on that soon, because a lot of people when they join our pool, they're like, oh, and I made this much more last week on our plant and all this. It's not paying out like it should. You got to keep in mind the hash rate when I was getting over 9,000 coins per day was only at 5 mega hash across the whole network. We're sitting over 22 mega hash now, so that difficulty rate has skyrocketed. We're not mining what we did 2 weeks ago. So yeah, good stuff. So I'm gonna go through a number right quick. So last couple days on our pool, I was getting 3,600 RTM coins. The other day before that was like 2,800 RTM coins. And then when I went to actual our plant and did my 24-hour test there, I got 2626, so 2,626 coins. So on our pool, based on the days, I'm averaging an extra 60 to 200 coins on our pool. And how that works is our pool, yes, you can look at their mining pool stats and everything, and they're getting blocks like crazy. Every 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, they're hitting blocks. Yeah, they're nailing them like crazy. It should be more profitable. Well, that's not how it works. They got so many miners on that pool that the pool difficulty is really high. They're dividing up each block reward between all those miners based on the hash rate. So now you come to a smaller pool, you don't find blocks as much, but you're getting a lot more piece of the block instead of a smaller piece. So you're getting larger, slower payments than you are through them. But throughout the day, it looks like we're on par and sometimes more profitable than the large R plant pool. So that's just little points there I got to throw out to some guys so they don't really realize how the things work out and everything. After tuning my CPU, the 011 pool says not authorized. Is it the SE error that's fixed now? I'm not sure if you're getting an unauthorized thing. A lot of people, was it working before? Because if you're coming in, I'm going to show you guys something here. Where's my Hive OS? I'm going to go into here, make this up bigger for you guys again. So it goes by your worker name. So let's just go to worker 6 right here. Now you can see like worker 6. You can't really see that. It's all one. Oh my gosh, where is it? Here's my rig name. So up here, rig 6. So it's all one. You cannot use any special characters. You can only use letters and numbers. You can't have any spaces. So make sure everything is one. Now there's 2 ways you can change your worker name in Hive OS. One is just going to there, hitting settings, straight out, and right here you can see name. Go to your worker name it something there, and then your flight sheet where it says you have your percentage sign, worker name, all the command there. It pulls from this name here. Now there's another way where you can do it directly in the flight sheet for that rig. Go into settings here, go to here. We're going to go to edit. Now here, if you set up your miner config, here you can see this is the command right there that pulls your worker name, worker underscore name, and you see the percentage sign there past the dot. This pulls from your worker name. But if you erase this and you actually put in a worker name here, like let's say rig 420, it will now name it that. So this is the quick fix. You can do it in the miner itself. Apply changes. It'll apply your worker name there, and it should work. That should fix it. It's all one word, one name. It's a quick way to change your name around. I'm going to cancel that because I like to keep my names all in the main dashboard here and just have the flight sheet itself pull the name based out of all your stuff you have in Hive. But those are 2 different ways you can change your name in Hive OS. And that's one of the main issues that a lot of people can't connect. They're getting the stratum errors and whatnot. It is due to the worker name. It hooked up and tuned, and when it went to mine, not authorized, works great in our pool. Yeah, our pool, but see, it hooked up and tuned. So you're not actually mining to the pool till after it's actually done tuning. So be sure to check your worker name. Yes, it could work in other pools. I'm saying this is more of our pool specific, where the worker name does have to be one solid type of name with only numbers or letters in it. Tried to jump in on this poker tourney last minute. Just submitted myself to join the club. Hope I get approved in time. You should be able to get approved. I'm sure Yashnik is all over that. If not, head to Twitter or something, send him a message or whatnot, and he will get you in there as fast as possible. I'm sure he's going through there though and accepting as many people as he can that are last minute joining. So yeah, if you guys aren't into the poker tournament yet, make sure you do so. Google document. I will find it here. Poker tournament. Oh, got a little hiccup. Sorry, guys. Scrolling up. Where is all the stuff here? There we go. Boom. So here is it. If you guys need to get into this still, get all the instructions and whatnot to join this tournament, I'm going to post this in the links for you guys, just so you guys can get in there. Remember, join the live stream with me. Well, we're going to be playing this together. See how we do. We'll be talking about all this mining and other stuff that comes up as well, but we'll be doing it while we play poker. So be sure to join my live stream when that happens, which is in an hour and a half, I believe. So good stuff. Bam, bam, bam. Modern Prospector, thank you for the $1.99 donation. Much appreciated. Anything is always better than nothing. That'll go towards my next, I don't know, we're going to do a build on something soon. We'll slowly put together some type of rig. Questions. If you have 6 CPUs, do you need to pay for 6 Hive rigs? They're technically 1 CPU rig. If you have 6 CPUs, where are you finding it? Blah, blah. Sorry guys. Let's take a look at Hive OS right here. So each one of these is its own individual rig, but CPU rigs, I could probably make this a little bit smaller for you guys. So let's go to our big one here. Move this down. There we go. All right, that looks better for you guys. So yes, these are all individual rigs, but a CPU mining rig, you're only charged 30 cents per month. So if I started throwing, like, people are asking me, how come I don't just throw GPUs in these? Well, that's because as soon as you turn one of these, if I throw a GPU in here and start mining with the GPU, it turns into $3 per month per rig. So these two are $3 each per month. So $6 per month here. Plus each one of these are only 30 cents. So unless I have, and they're only 6 card rigs. They don't make mining motherboards. I wish they started making like AM4 slot 12 card motherboards. That would be pretty sweet. I would 100% slap my Ethereum rig into one of these CPUs and start mining with that. But they don't make those motherboards, and I don't know why they don't, but they don't. So these are only 6 card motherboards. So I recommend for the $3 per month to get a 12 to 19 GPU mining motherboard. Again, with the 19 GPU mining motherboards, you do need, 6 to 8 of them do have to be mining specific cards. So I guess up to the 12 or 13 mining motherboards would be ideal. And that way you can use any GPU, as well as get away with only paying $3 per month on maximizing your GPUs in that certain rig, and then move to the next one. So that's why I do run this 30 cents per rig for my CPU mining rigs, because you'll just start paying too many fees to Hive OS that way. So I always try to do everything as cheap as possible. That's the whole thing. So adding all these up as individual rigs for 30 cents each is a lot cheaper than throwing a GPU or 2 or 6 or whatever, splitting these up into here. So that's the way I roll. Do all the math before you actually get into everything. Boom, there. All right, back into our old website here. I guess I can. Oh, sorry. Oh my gosh, still don't have a switch, guys. Obviously, you can tell. All right, there we go. Got the screen all set to load again. All right, back to the chat. What's going on, man? MSI doesn't clean the flux off their motherboards very well. Mine were pretty clean. The one beside me looks pretty clean. Actually, I don't know. Maybe there is a little bit of solder stuff happening there. What do we got here? At Rabid Mining, amazing. Did not know they were $3 each. Yes, GPU, that's only one. If you have one mining, they call it a GPU mining rig, and boom, they start charging you $3 per month. Unless you're mining to Hive on Pool, but I highly don't recommend anybody to mine to the Hive on Pool, because there's a lot of theories going on in the back end about they owe like 1,500, maybe it was 2,000. I can't remember. Some crazy amount of Ethereum they do owe to the miners that they've been kind of back holding and hiding in the background, probably for a swift getaway when everything moves to proof of stake. But I don't know if that's true or not. It's highly speculation, up in the air. Do your own research. I can't change the minimum payout on our plant pool. It just stays at 1 RTM. Are you in Windows or Hive OS? Techman, what's going on? Morning, everybody. Just swapped out a failing ML120 odd, but been a few years. Good swap out job. I don't know how to change the minimum payment on our pool. There's a couple of you that don't have that issue. Are you guys on Windows or in Hive? So let me know that. Windows is a lot. Windows? It's easy. Go straight to their website and it shows you. I showed it in my video. So when you actually, let me just take a look here. I'll open up my miner, I guess. So go back to my channel. Down. All right, let's just see. My Raptorium miner. Now this is for our pool, so it's going to be different. Let me just get this inside here so you guys can actually see it. Oh my gosh, that's huge. Minimize down, shrink it down. Okay, so this is for my pool, but this is what you would do when you come into our pool. You only need to do this on one of your Windows machines. You can do it in Hive. I can't really remember how it actually works out in Hive, but it's a little bit more difficult, but same type of thing. So you're gonna have to go /p space, then you're gonna put password equals, and then whatever your password is. So I'm putting this is my password. So that's the command line you need in Windows. This right here is going to be the password you're going to use in rplant. Now I recommend just leave rplant and come to our pool, but hey, you do what you got to do. But this is the way you do it. This is to be your password right here. You run this one miner in rplant for X amount of time, and then they update pretty fast, so probably not even 5 minutes, probably 1 minute will be good. But then you enter this password into rplant and then hit the set button. So I guess I'll run into rplant here and we will look at that right quick. So rplant, see if we can find it. rplant, where are you? There it is, rplant. Their website is starting to be pretty sluggish and slow. So bear with me on that. I think they're starting to run into issues, kind of like what our pool was doing at first. So they might be getting a lot too many miners joining their pool, and their website is starting to lag right out. So now we're going to go to connect here. And then this is where you're going to enter your password. If I click on this, you're going to be able to see all my passwords. So I'm not clicking on that. So you're going to enter your password right in this space here. Let me just bring that up closer for you guys. There we go. Right there. So you're going to enter your password in here once your rig is showing up. So your rig, you'll click on your address. Your rig will show up here. Then you're going to click connect button here. You're going to enter your password right here. The one you did set in your miner. Might take a couple tries. Enter it here, hit set. You're good to go. It'll declare it. Now it only will save the first time you ever try it. So if you put in your password like this is my password 1, and then you're like, oh, it's not working, but it might have taken, you just don't realize it, and then you try this is my password 2 or this is my password 4, it will not save any of those other passwords. Only the first one you ever do will be saved there. So if you tried it before and you messed up and you can't remember your first password is, and now you are trying, you're not going to be able to get into that because you initially saved it to the very first password you tried. So you may be messed up. You might have to get a new wallet address and do it all over again. So you'll just enter your password right here, set it. The first one you ever do will be set there. At that point, once it's set in here, then you can just go into your minimal payment here and just hit set whenever you want. So that is how you do it. It's paying at first, but it does work. All right, let's get back over here. Boom, boom. All right, there we go. All right, all set. What time is it? We are 11:37. We got about 20 more minutes. Then I believe the Red Panda Man is coming on, and then an hour after that, we will be live again for the poker tournament. So again, I highly recommend all you guys to show up so we can talk about all this doohickey stuff when it comes to CPU mining, GPU mining, whatever you guys want to talk about. We'll talk about the new T-Rex as well if you want. Attackman, oh wow, had those happen to GPUs, never had those on knock on wood. Just moved our pool, yes, and we are working, my mod is working. Currently the minimum payment on our pool for Raptorium is 500, but he's working on being able to manually set your own payment. So that's another future thing that will be coming. It might happen today, it might happen tomorrow, it might happen in a week. I don't know when it's going to happen. He does this on his free time, but he is working on possibly setting up your own manual payment system. That way you can set it to whatever you want. I've done full tune in Zen 3 miner and I only get 100 RTM per day. Ryzen 9 5900X hash rate varies 600 hash to 4000, mostly low 600 suggestions. ASRock SV. What are your settings? Like what's your overclock settings on that CPU? Like myself, I run 3.6 all core at 1 volt. I could probably get away with a slightly less volts, but I haven't really tested it to find out. But yeah, I use 1 volt 3.6 all core. So what are you actually using? Then we kind of get an idea of what you should be. Also, there's a calculator here. I'm going to see what's at because it was kind of off. So let's go to mineraptorium.com, I believe it is. We're going to check out this calculator. Boom, there it is. Let's go here. Oh, no, I don't want that. All right, there we go. So here we can go to AMD's. What CPU are you using? Let me just run through that. You are using a 5900X. So let's take a look at the 5900X. Smashed the old 1 there. And this is saying you should get about 3.4 average, which works out to 347 RTM per day is what this is predicting you should be able to get. Yeah. So you should be getting 347. Actually, this is pretty correct. These numbers are pretty close to what I actually do get when I do my own calculations. They're a little bit off, but they're fairly close. So this is what you should be getting. Now it is saying 3.4. I don't really see that hash rate. I'm assuming all these settings are based upon cranking your CPU right up. Now, when I say that, it is highly inefficient. That video has not come out yet, but I'm going to give you guys a little first-hand look here of my notepad. Well, you're not going to get to see my notepad, but I'm going to give you a quick little peek and tell you what some settings we're actually kind of looking at. So I'm testing the 3950X right now, 3.6, 1 volt, CL14, no XMP profile, which is I prefer to run everything at. It's the most efficient. And I've seen a max amount of power come out of this based on the algorithms, because I check it every 20 minutes to an hour, see what they are. And then, obviously once I start hitting the same numbers, I've seen that algorithm already. But I've seen a maximum power consumption on these efficient settings of 130 watts. The stock cooler was doing 53 degrees Celsius. Now, the lowest amount of power I did see on this was 104 watts, and it was at 46 Celsius stock cooler. So the stock cooler, 100% operational when it comes to using the 3950X. Now, it does not come with this cooler. When I say stock cooler, that is a Wrath Prism cooler that comes with the 3900X series, or most of the 3000 series other than the 3950X. So you can also find them on like the used market for like 20 bucks, 10 bucks, whatever. So it is 100% fine. I do change my own thermal paste on it though. I do not use the stock stuff. Now let's go back or fast forward here. I cranked it up using the Ryzen clock tuner as well as the DRAM calculator. And let's take a look at my power consumptions now. So I seen up to 284 watts. Remember, our motherboard and stuff is using more power as well. But look at, we're at 284 watts is the high that I hit when I overclocked this thing. And I think I was sitting around 4.1 at 1.25 volts or something. And then some cores were only at 4, and then other ones were like 4.15 or something. So it was the Ryzen clock tuner one where you do get your max amount of performance, plus the DRAM calculator, which tightens up your RAM timings and overclocks it even more. So again, 284 watts at 75 Celsius on the stock cooler. So the stock cooler is still doing okay. And the minimum that I seen, the lowest amount of power I seen come out of that thing was 183 watts. So the lowest amount of power that came out of that thing was 40 or 50 watts higher than the highest amount of power that came out of that. And I was averaging about 4.2 kilohashes to 4.3 kilohashes out of that, maxed right out. When I was running efficient settings for like over half the power less, I was coming out at like 3.6 kilohash. So I don't recommend it. If you're running free power and you don't want to kill your CPU too fast and all that stuff, run efficiently. So these numbers, again, I think are based on running it, super overclocked. So keep that in mind too when you do look at calculators. You Google XMR, all the hash rates you see, 15,300 on a 3900X, 15,400. Those are the super overclocked ones. Do not go by those numbers. I like to run nice and efficient. Keep that in mind. I go for hash to watt over maximizing out your performance. Other people think different. Other people don't even pay for power, so they don't care. So just keep that in mind, guys. Okay, now let's get back to the chat here. Let me get back to my website. Boom. All right. I moved the wrong screen. It's all messed up now. There we go. All right, back to the chat, guys. What's going on? 280 watts for a CPU rig. That's insanely efficient. Please tell me that was a 3950. Yes, that was a 3950X. Cranked right up, trying to maximize the hash rate for a 24-hour test to see how it will perform. So that was part of a test. I do not run it like that. I don't. I didn't even want to run it for that. When I saw that power consumption stuff, I wanted to quit my test right there. But I did kind of want to see what kind of average I would get. But I was like, wow, this is just a waste right now. Like right off the bat, I knew this is not worth it. But people are running them like that. People don't care about power costs. They just want hash rate, and that's what they do. But, everyone does their own thing. But I think also running cooler, running less power and everything will prolong the lifespan of your CPUs and whatnot. Infinity, how many cores or threads? For me, are you talking to me, EVG FTW? I run everything all the time maxed right out. So on the 3950X, it was 32 threads, 16 core, 32 threads. Everything's maxed out. I never save any threads for anything because I find with them Ryzen beasts, you don't really need to save it. Background stuff still works if it's on your workstation or normal computer. 3900X is chilling around 140 watts on RTM. Nice, nice. Where was mine? Let me go back to my 3900X efficiency test. Now it only averaged. I didn't do an average yet because I still got to add it all up and then divide it by the amount of tests I did on it to get the average power consumption. But my 3900X average was only like 97 watts, I believe. Let me find out what I was doing on my thing here. So yeah, my 3900X was oh, sorry about that. Yeah, it was a 97 watt average. Now I gotta do some minusing here to figure out what my lows and highs were. So I don't know what they actually were. My highest power temp was 243, but I was mining ergo on that time at 125. So 243 minus 125 was the highest power that I seen on my 3900X. So let's see here. 243 minus 125. So 118 watts. My 3900X peaked at 118 watts when I was mining. I was getting an average of 2.68 kilohash. That was on our plant. I'm actually averaging more than that across all my 3900Xs. Where's our pool here? Data. Go to my dashboard. Boom. Let's take a quick peek here at my dashboard. What am I averaging usually now? Make that bigger. So here's my dashboard on our pool. So all these, so 2.83, 2.7, 2.7, oh, that's a 3950, 2.5, 2.8. So they've gone down a little bit, 2.67, but usually these, most of the days, these are around 2.9 to 3 kilohash averaging. And on our plant, I never seen anything over 2.64, which is quite interesting, I found, which is one of the other reasons why I wanted to switch off their pool. But yeah, depending on the day, you got to remember, it could hit the high hash rate for more hours out of the day and then other days, and it could be hit the low hash rate for more hours out of the day. So it's really hard to tell exactly what your hash rate is on this algorithm. It's so crazy and switching all the time. But here are my base averages right now. I'm not sure if you guys can even see those. I will actually make this bigger and I'll just kind of go around. So here you guys can see there's rig 4. So 3900X, 3900X. Rig 1, 3900X. Rig 7 is a 3950X. Rig 3 is a 3900X. Rig 5 is a 3900X. Rig 6 is a 3900X. And my workstation is offline right now. It is a 5950X. So you can kind of see all my CPUs, what they're doing right there based on the stats at our pool currently. Bam. There we go. Now I do got to take all this data here sometime and throw it all into a video one of these days and get it all together for you guys. But those are just some quick numbers based on tests that I have been doing. Oh my gosh, my throat is getting totally dry and sore right now. Is VRAM T important? Yesterday I tested dual mining on 3070 Ti and memory T pumped up something like 76 Celsius to 84 T-Rex on Windows. That's not too bad. Usually around 60. I think my 3080 runs core temp of about 61, 62 while playing games. So I guess if you're dual mining, depending if it's 2 core algo coins and whatnot, then you could see up to the 70s. But again, that's a 3070 Ti. That's using GDDR6. So you're getting a lot more memory in there, or a lot more heat inside that card as well. So bunch of factors. I think that might be okay long term. You'd probably want to find some type of better cooling on that. But 84C, is that your junction temp? T pump some 76. Oh, 76 to 84. Memory. If that's your memory, then you're 100% fine. But if that's your core, you may need to find a little bit of better cooling solution for long term use. But yeah, I don't know. Check out the ASRock Rack server board. It uses AM4 CPU. Crazy stuff. ASRock Rack server board. What? What is this? What is this thing you're talking about? ASRock. Where's that? Okay, ASRock Rack server board. ASRock Rack server board. ASRock Rack. Am I on my big screen, my little screen? I am on my little screen, so we're going to go to the big screen. ASRock Rack. Okay, which one is it? Server motherboards. Okay, what are we looking at here? There's a Threadripper beast. Where's the AM4? Where's an AM4? What's it called? uh, Xeon, Threadripper, Intel, or in AMD. Boom. Want AMD only. Is it under workstation or is it under? It must be under the server motherboard. AMD Epic. Where's AM4? I'll have to look at this later. I look like an idiot doing this live right now. ASRock Rack X470. ASRock Rack X470. All right, let's just type that back into Google. ASRock Rack X470. X470. X470 D4U? Is that the one? Bottom left. Oh, what? I passed it? No, that's not it. It was in the bottom left. I'll go back here then. Bottom left. AM4. Oh, AMD. AM4. Okay, what do we got here? Single, 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 single. Oh, where is it? AMD, AM4, bottom left. Yep, but these, that looks like a single, unless that's just the pictures. Where's the double? Where's the dual? Is that a dual? No. No. Where's it at? I can't find it. I need to find this thing. Selected by dim slots? No. Is there a slot picker here? Is there a slot picker? I can't find a slot picker. Oh man, which one is it? Do you remember the model number of it? 4U, D4U, not dual. Oh, it's not dual? Okay, let me take a look. Let me go back to your comment, the first one. They're using AM4. Oh, ASRock server. Okay, I got you what you're saying now. ASRock server board. Okay, yeah. AMD AM4. Okay, that makes more sense now. So a server board that can run an AM4. All right, that's some cool stuff. That can definitely build some nice server PCs for sure. Have to check that out some other time. Not dual, bottom one. You got a bottom one? This one down here? Or at the very last page, bottom one. This beast right here, what is this? Womp. Is this the one you're referring to? Supports AM4 Pro Ryzen 2nd and 3rd Gen, 4 DDR, supports up to 8 SATA 6 gigs. They support IPMI so you can KVM into them. Okay. What do you think Bitcoin will end of year Q2 2022? What do I think Bitcoin will be at second quarter of 2022? I have no idea. That's too far ahead. I don't think we're going to see any major. We might see some nice gains and drops and whatever else, but I don't think we're going to see any major gains in Bitcoin or anything until like another 3 years or something. It'll be the next bull run after the next halving, I think, is when Bitcoin will see a nice big boost in Bitcoin and crypto market and everything again. Right now, I think we're just going to go back and forth for a little, probably for the next couple of years, if anything. And if anything happens, possibly a next crypto winter. We have no idea. Anything could happen between now and then. But next Bitcoin halving is when I think we will see the next big bull run. Not before. But I have no idea. I'm not a trader. I am not anything. I don't follow all those crazy charts everyone looks at. How are your switches keeping up? You got a good deal on those. Which switches? What switches are we referring to? I forget. What switches are we talking about, guys? Talking about switches. Switches. Oh, the network switches. Yeah, that's right. Never mind. Yeah, they're 100%. Everything. I have had zero issue with my network switch so far. And obviously, I still have, it's what, 52 port? And I'm only using like 6, 7, 8, 9 ports. So everything is working that I'm using so far. So definitely got to fill that thing up and see what we can get rolling out of that. But yeah, that network switch is working 100% so far. 512 threads is insane. Yes, it is. I have a 3070 Ti that runs 100C on VRAM, but 60 on core. Does this mean I need new thermal pads? Well, yeah. They say those 3000 series, the GDDR6X memory can run safely until it even thermal throttles to 110. Do I recommend running it at that until it throttles? No. So memory pad job, probably highly recommended. GDDR6X memory runs very hot, and they're putting the GDDR6X memory into the new 3070 Supers as well. So I don't know why they're doing that, but hey, you know what? They just like to cook stuff on everything these days, I guess. It's a little bit faster memory as well, so I guess that helps with their boost in performance. So they can probably say, you know what, this card is totally worth it. That's GDDR6 now for ×2 the price again. Who knows what their pricing is gonna be, but yeah, insane. Now the only thing I am kind of excited about the whole lineup there is probably the 3060 Super, which is your standard first 3060, which is before the Ti, but it's supposed to be getting the biggest boost out of them all. So it'll be interesting how that thing will perform on like Ravencoin and whatnot with efficiencies and everything. Again, everything will be LHR, so it's just gonna suck. But yeah, those supers going to be LHR. And of course, every new GPU that NVIDIA is going to drop is going to be LHR. Guarantee it. They never said it anything specifically, but just guarantee it's going to be LHR. The only ones non-LHR are the original 3 that we very first got, and only the Founders Editions that you can find at the Best Buy drops. So keep that in mind. Just intend for the supers to be LHR. I'm 99% positive they will be LHR. But those Founders Edition, yeah, the 3060 Ti, 3070, 3080 Founders Edition cards, non-LHRs, those are the only cards technically you want to be. Those are the only cards I'm buying right now. I'll go stand in line at Best Buy. I'm not paying any scalpers, any extra prices. I'm not buying non-LHR cards. Although with T-Rex and everything they're doing now, I should get myself a decent LHR card so I can actually LHR test these things. But I don't really think they're worth the money right now. So I just go to Best Buy, get everything at MSRP, and they're non-LHR. I think that's my best strategy. 3090 Ti going to be LHR? That sucks. I don't know about the 3090s. I really don't know. It's hard to say. There's a possibility, but I doubt it. They said they wouldn't put any LHR into the 3090s, but at the same time, a couple weeks ago, maybe it was a month ago now, they did start hinting towards a lot of miners are starting to buy the 3090s, so they might consider LHR in the 3090s. Now, I don't know whatever became of that. I haven't heard anything ever since that, so I don't know if it just got lost in the wind somewhere and they still plan on doing that, or if it was just, you know, some rumor flying around and they never intended to do that. So I cannot comment on the 3090 Ti. It may be and it may not be. As of right now, I'd say no, it probably isn't. I have a 3080 Ti founded. Yes, 3060 Ti. There's still a lot of people confused with that. So Ninja Kid, 3060 Ti, 3070, and 3080 Founders Editions will never, ever be LHR. NVIDIA is not going to make them LHR. So the new cards that still drop, those are just the original 3 of the 3000 series will be non-LHR. Now, 3070 Ti's, 3070 Supers, 3060s, 3060 Supers, 3080 Ti's, 3080 Supers, they're all LHR. There's never going to be a non-LHR version of them. So if you see someone on Kijiji saying non-LHR, they're lying to you. What's your opinion on SHIB? I don't know. I don't really follow it. I did use Unmineable, I don't know, not a week, but a month or 2 ago. And I did mine myself some SHIB just to have a bag to sit in the background for like 20 years to see if it became the impossible Dogecoin pump. But who knows if that'll happen or not. It's a 100% pure spec mine meme coin. Hold a bag at your own risk is all I could really say on that. Okay, what do we got here? What do you think of Ravencoin Lite, coin fork of Raven? Ravencoin Lite isn't even a coin fork of Raven. Ravencoin Lite is a fork of Ravencoin Classic, which is a fork of Raven. So technically, Ravencoin Lite is the granddaughter or grandson of Ravencoin. So it's a fork of a fork. So I don't really have too much of a idea on it. I don't really think it's going to do anything, but who knows what could happen? It's crypto. Anything could happen. But I have not looked into Ravencoin Lite really at all. And I don't really intend to anytime soon. But who knows? Maybe in the future I'll take a look at it. Or if you guys want me to take a look at it, then I can do that as well. Is the reason why you don't push your 3900X is more efficiency? Yes, for sure. More efficiency. Longevity. All sorts of things. I keep mine running at, I try to make everything run at the highest hash to watt ratio as I can. Therefore, I am mining. Technically, you can fit more rigs for the same amount of power. Like I kind of went through that test before. So I could put same mentality fits with GPUs. Like kind of when I said before, I know we cannot be picky with GPUs, but this is how it plays out. And the same thing applies to CPUs and anything else that you do run efficiently. If you were to have a 30 amp 240 volt circuit, and you only, like I'm trying to mostly do, if you only get 3060 Ti's, non-LHR when they first came out, you could fit 2.4 to 2.5 gigahash on that network, on that 30 amp 240 volt at the 80% rule, and be mining at 2.5 gigahash. Now, if you were to buy 3080s, yes, you know, you don't need as many cards, you get that hash rate. You're only going to fit 2 to 2.1 gigahash for the same amount of power as running a bunch of 3060 Ti's at 2.5 gigahash. So that's an extra 500 megahash for the same amount of power as running a whole bunch of 3080s. So that's my mentality on mining. I try to run as efficient as possible. I know you can't really be picky in this market, but I still am picky. I'm not wasting money on expensive GPUs. I'm not wasting money on whatever. Yeah, Ethereum, you won't be able to mine pretty soon, so you're trying to get as much hash as you can possibly on it. But what happens after ETH2? Is everyone just going to be selling their GPUs and everything with dirt cheap? Is everyone going to move to CPUs? A lot of things are going to happen here, but the same mentality applies to CPUs. You could fit 12 3900Xs for the same amount of power as running 6 or 7 maxed out hash rate 3900Xs for the same amount of power, which in the long run, you're going to be getting an extra 4 CPUs worth of hash over that for the same amount of power as running just, you know, like 6 or 7 maxed out 3900Xs. So yes, I run everything at the highest hash to watt ratio. And when I do my tests, I try to show people the highest hash to watt ratio settings over the max amount of hashes or mega hash settings, because to me, I don't really think it's worth it. But depending where you live, people do pay no power. People have solar. People, you know, just have dirt cheap power. So it's different to them than it is to other people. But you also got to look at your circuits. If you run more efficient, even if you don't pay for power, you don't have to get more circuits installed in. If you're running more efficient, you can fit more hash rate on that same circuit instead of going on to the other side. So I hope that kind of makes sense to you. And that's just how I look at things and run things and do whatever else. I kind of went off deep end. I might have lost some of you guys there. So sorry for that. Yo, bro, take a look. Never know. Ravencoin Lite going for 10 coin canes. That's moving on. Yeah, you never do know. Right now, it's Ravencoin Lite 100% spec mining for sure. But hey, if it does something great in the future, then you're going to make a lot of money. And if it crash burns, rug pulls, or just, you know, everyone just gets rid of it, then you wasted however long mining on it. So there's a whole bunch of things to do. I'm going to wait for it to mature a little bit to see what it does. But then I'll look into it a bit for sure. My ping is quite high in your mining pool. I'm in the UK. I want to know where the pool is located. It is located in Hawaii. Hawaii, not Hawaii. It's Ohio, US, United States. So yes, you will definitely have a fairly high ping there for sure. I used Zerg and got like 50k RTM just by solo mining. However, the difficulty is up now, and I have to go pool mining to earn anything. Oh, that's insane. Use Zerg. Are you talking EVJ FTW? Are you talking Raptorium? Or are you talking Ravencoin Lite? I did try solo mining when I had my 6 CPU rigs. RPM Red. Oh, yes, that's right. Red Panda Mining is starting his live stream, guys. So I'd like to appreciate all you guys for showing up. Remember, show up for our live stream to play some poker here. It's in an hour. So you guys take a little break, watch Red Panda, do whatever. But in an hour, come back, join our live stream. We're going to be playing poker together. We'll continue where we left off here, talking about all these other coins and everything else. So let's just do a quick Red Panda mining raid here. If I can find them right quick, we're going to go to our channel. Let's go blah, blah, blah. Okay, Red Panda, yeah. Red Panda mining, YouTube. We're going to go there. I'll get a link. I don't want that. Don't want that. Red Panda. Zoom up. Boom. We're going to give him a quick raid, guys. Make sure you know it's coming from Rabid. Rabid raid. Wolfpack raid. Whatever you guys want to name it. I gotta find the video though. Here it is. Hopefully it doesn't copyright me. I'm streaming a stream now. Always talk about the poker tournament right now. Get in there, guys. Say, hey, we already know about it. Rabbit told us. I'm just kidding. But there is Red Panda. Please hit that subscribe button if you're watching this later. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for showing up, and we're about to play poker in less than an hour. Rabid out.
Wait, what? What's the date today? October